Hello everyone. This is in continuation to solving of set 1 question paper of CMA Foundation June 2025. Subject is Business Mathematics and Statistics. This is part 5. Question number 27. The mean daily salary paid to all employees in a certain company was rupees 600. The mean daily salaries paid to the male and female employees were rupees 620 and rupees 520 respectively. Male to female employees ratio in the company is what? That is the question. So here, of all employees, the average is given. We will consider that as combined mean or combined arithmetic mean. We will denote it by X bar, and that is given as rupees 600. Then the mean of males is given as 620, that we will call it as X1 bar. Then mean of female employees, mean of female employees, we will consider that as X2 bar, that is given as rupees 520. They haven't given us how many males and how many females. We will consider that as N1 and N2. Let N1 is number of male employees and let N2 is number of female employees. So we have the combined groups arithmetic mean formula as X bar is N1 X1 bar plus N2 X2 bar divided by N1 plus N2. So now we will substitute the values. We will get 600 is equal to N1 times 620 plus N2 times 520 divided by N1 plus N2. Cross multiplying, we have 600 times N1 plus 600 times N2 is equal to 620 times N1 plus 520 times N2. So now bringing N2 to the left hand side means 600 N2, and this 520, if I take it to the left hand side, it becomes negative 520 N2 is equal to 620 N1 minus 600 N1. Means I am bringing the 600 N1 to the right hand side, it becomes negative. Simplifying this, we get 80 times N2 is equal to 20 times N1. Now divide both sides by 20. We get, if we divide it by 20, here we get 4 times N2 is equal to N1, which means 4 is equal to N1 by N2. This 4 can be written as 4 by 1, which means our N1 is to N2 is 4 is to 1. That is the required solution, means option will be D. Let us move on to the next question, which is the value of mean deviation when Q3 is 40 and Q1 is 15. Since Q3 is 40 and Q1 is 15, we can find out QD, quartile deviation, which is Q3 minus Q1 divided by 2. That will be 40 minus 15 divided by 2, which is 25 by 2, and that will be 12.5. So we got the quartile deviation as 12.5. Now the relationship between quartile deviation with the standard deviation is QD is 2 by 3 times standard deviation, and the relation between mean deviation and standard deviation is mean deviation is equal to 4 by 5 times standard deviation. That means this one can be rewritten as 3 by 2 times quartile deviation is standard deviation, because we can take this side, cross multiply 3 QD by 2. So 3 by 2 QD is SD. So that means this mean deviation can be rewritten as 4 by 5 multiplied by standard deviation in terms of quartile deviation is 3 by 2 times QD. So this goes with this 2 times. So we get 6 by 5 times quartile deviation, which is 6 by 5 times 12.5. That will give us the value 6 into 12.5 divided by 5. We get 15 as the answer. So it is our option A. That will be the option. Let us move on to the next question. Question number 29. The mean wages in a factory of 100 workers is 720 per week. The mean wages of 30 female workers in the factory is 650 per week. Find out average wages in rupees of male workers in the factory. So, what is given? The mean workers combined arithmetic mean, that is X bar, is given as 720. And number of female workers, we'll call it as N1, that is given as 30. Let me write it. Number of female workers. Total number of workers, that is N1 plus N2, that is total number of workers. Where this N2 is number of male workers. Already the question addressed that N1 plus N2 is 100. And we know N1 is 30. That means this will be 100 minus 30. So you get 70. Now we have the combined groups arithmetic mean formula, which we just now saw. N1 x1 bar plus N2 x2 bar divided by N1 plus N2. Substituting the values, we get 720 is equal to 30 times x1 bar. X1 bar is female workers' wages. That is given in the question as 650. And N1 is number of workers. So 30 times 650 plus 70 times x2 bar divided by N1 plus N2 is 100. Cross multiplying, we get 72,000 is equal to 30 into 650 gives you 19,500 plus 70 times x2 bar, which means this x2 bar will be 72,000 minus 19,500 is equal to 70 times x2 bar. So that means x2 bar will be 72,000 minus 19,500 divided by 70. Calculating this, we will get the x2 bar value as rupees 750. So that will be the solution for this particular question. We'll do the rest of the questions in the next video.